Hello. Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. This is Sergio Tanes from Matrix. First of all, thank you for attending this interesting webinar. And firstly, I would like to introduce a little bit. Sorry, because there's noise. Okay, so firstly, as I said, I would like to introduce a little bit this company IoT Blue and the relation inside our Flexitron group. This company IoT Blue is one of our the companies of our group Flexitron, which is in charge of developing the IoT platform Cervello, the platform we're gonna see today. And as I said, is one of the companies of our Flexitron group. And then we at Matrix are in charge of selling and promoting this IoT platform commercially, and also the hardware devices related to this platform. So now my colleague Luis will proceed with the webinar, with the presentation. You can use in every moment you want the chat to write down your questions or your doubts, and after each block of the presentation, we will have a space for answering these doubts, and at the end, obviously at the end of the webinar, we will solve all the doubts you have. Okay, so Luis, it's up to you when you want.
Okay. Many thanks, Sergi, for your kindly introduction. As Sergi told, this is Luis Vicente. I am the CBO of IoT Blue company. And today, the main goal of this webinar is to make you firstly a brief presentation, a product presentation with all the features and enhancement of our product. And in the second part of the webinar, we would like to make a real life demo to see how it works, how we could handle all the onboarding process of MTX devices in this case, in this webinar, and also how we are going to be able to, in a really fast way, to create our rules, to create our business logic, and to view data in a dashboard. Okay, so many thanks for your attendance to this webinar, and I hope this webinar results you interesting. As I told you, I would like to start with the product presentation. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce our product family. Cervello STEM belongs to our Cervello IoT Suite product family that are a tool set, a group of tool sets that will enable our customers, our users, to create their own IoT solutions with the different parts. Here today we are going to present Cervello STEM, that it's the product inside Cervello IoT Suite product family that are responsible in charge of what you are seeing in this first slide of remotely control, remotely monitor, and remotely connect an automation of our devices. And also, they will empower you to make a really fast and secure integration with any other type of devices or systems. As I told you, the main features and characteristics of our product is that Cervello STEM is a really flexible tool. You are going to see on the real life demo that you could create your own business logic. You could adapt to your needs. Also, it's really customizable because you will be able to choose from different options to adapt also again to your requirements. For sure, and scalable, and for sure, a really important thing for us, a secure IoT platform. And what are the main features in an overview that we are going to achieve with our product? First of all, to remotely monitor our devices and integrate all the data and all these devices with other enterprise or industrial systems applications. As I told you, our main pillars of the product are, first of all, security. Nowadays, it's a really important feature for us. So we offer a really high level of security in different aspects, in different parts of the system, in all of the parts of the systems. Starting from the user itself, we got features like two-factor authentication or like custom admin roles that could be configured by users. Also, an important thing for us is the scalability of our system, because we want that the system will grow with your needs, with the needs of our customers, of our users. So you could be growing in features, growing in size at the same rhythm that your project. And also, two main important things for us are interoperability. As I told you before, Cervello wants to empower you to be able to, in a fast and easy and secure way, to integrate with many types of products, many types of devices, many types of systems, including also, for sure, a really huge market of the legacy devices and legacy systems. And for sure, the last one here is programmability. In all our products, this is one of also an important feature for us, because we want to let our customer, our users, to adapt every part of the system to their specific needs. We know that every project, every customer have their own needs. So with Cervello, we want to let our users to customize at all of the levels of the product, to let response to all of your customers' requirements. And what is the main goal of all these features? We want to empower you and to enable you to build a really good and better IoT, industrial IoT solutions. As I told you before, Cervello allows you to track all the telematics and sensor data that come from devices, and we could handle the whole life cycle of our devices, starting for sure from the provisioning that we are going to see on the real life demo that we are going to see later. Provision new devices, manage the old life cycle by executing remote commands, update remotely the firmware through an OTA process, or create and smart rules for adapt the behavior of the platform, of the application, of your application, to your customer requirements. And for sure, many more features. Inside all of our products, and for sure here in Cervello STEM, we want to give a really user-friendly environment, and we maintain this from the beginning with a really easy onboarding process. By these 4 steps that you see on this slide, you will be able to create your own team, okay, and adding the people, the members of this team that are going to work in a specific project, and after that, we will be able to add devices to start receiving data. So in these 4 main steps, we're going to be able to start our project, our industrial IoT project. As I told in before, we want to offer our users a really user-friendly interface at all levels. All the features that you're going to see in the real life could be customizable, could be customized to your needs. You only will be able to drag and drop or to configure through different wizards, step-by-step wizards, or different forms. And with a really few steps, you will be able to start to create your industrial IoT application in a really easy, but also for sure in a really secure way. Okay, you will be able to see from the provisioning process, you will be able to create your rules, to create your business logic, but for sure you will be able to create your visualization, your dashboard, to show the information that you are collecting from the devices remotely. The main features that we offer inside all of the Cervello STEM, we are starting from the data collection. Okay, it's an important thing to highlight here that Cervello STEM is a protocol agnostic platform, and also a agnostic manufacturer platform. we accept many types of devices with different types of protocols, and for sure also with so many different types of data structure. Okay, so that's why we put here in this slide that the data collection, it's a really important key feature for us. We support many types of the most common protocols inside of the industrial IoT market. We are going to see later, but we got MQTT, HTTP, QAP, OPC UA, or Matbus IP or BACnet IP, for example. Also, an important thing, as I told you before, we accept any type of data structure. So our data processing feature is also a really power feature for us. We offer the possibility to receive any type of data, to process it, to create information. Okay, and it could be directly, as you see here, saved on the fly, as you are going to see on the real life presentation. In the next slide, you will be able to see the features related with the monitoring part of the platform. We offer the possibility to create alarms or to create events. The main difference between the alarms and events are that in the alarms part, you will be able to create alarms with different severity level. You could create one trigger that create a minor alarm, but you will be able to create another rule that would trigger another important and major alarm. And also an important thing and an important feature of the alarms are that we also offer different status, different states of the alarm. You could verify it to see if it's a false alarm or not. You could acknowledge it to acknowledge that you have seen the alarm and you are going to take an action. And after that, when everything becomes all right again, you could clear the alarm. But all these steps will saved in the alarm log of our system. And in the other side, we got the events. Events are another type of monitoring feature, but in this case, you will not have severity or severity levels or different status. This feature are focused on situations that you want to log in your system, but it's not needed any action for any user on the system. Okay. In the other part, continue with the presentation, we got location and monitoring part. If we got GPS or cell ID capabilities in our devices, you will be able to check the location of your devices in real time. And also for sure, you will be able to check the status of your devices. You will be able, as you are going to see on the real life demo, you are going to see if a device is disconnected, if a device is connected again, how much time is connected from the last connection, and all this status information of the device itself. Also, for sure, we offer an important things for an IoT, industrial IoT application that are the asset inventory, asset visualization. You will be able to create your own assets and the hierarchy and relation between all of them. The assets, for those people that are not familiar with this feature, with this word, assets allows you to create and to transmit the real life, the on-field hierarchy and on-field topology of your application to the platform. I'm going to give you an example. If we got, for example, a building management system application, you will be able to create the main asset that is going to be the building itself. But also we're going to be able to create assets that belongs to this main one, like floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, and so on. And after that, we are going to be able to assign all the devices and sensors that we have provisioned in our platform to each different assets. And after that, we are going to be able to work in the next steps related with the assets itself, not with the devices. So the asset management allows you to have a control of all your system or your topology that you got on field. Also, an important thing here that we have make a brief presentation before is the capabilities of our system to allow to our customers to make a really easy third-party integrations with third-party systems. We have the possibilities, we have the features and capabilities to, for one side, take information from a third-party system and add it to our business logic, or for sure, in the other direction. We could process all the data that we are collecting that comes from our devices. And after the processing, you will be able to send this data to a third-party system. For sure, as I told you before, from the point that Cervello STEM is an agnostic protocol or agnostic manufacturer platform, another important thing for us is that no SDK is needed. We don't need to integrate an SDK on the firmware of the device itself that are going to send data to us. If you support one of the protocols that we are going to see, you're going to be able to send data to our platform, to Cervello STEM. Another important thing inside the in Cervello STEM and inside an industrial IoT platform, for us, it's the automation part. We have provisioned and handled the whole life cycle of our devices with the device management part, the inventory part. We have been able to locate and monitor the status and everything related with the status of our devices. But now we are going to go a step forward with the automation. With these features, we are going to be able to adapt the behavior of our application to our customer needs. As I told you previously, you really sure will know that there is no two projects identical one, but you will be able to adapt in each case to each need that you will face with your customers. And how you are going to be able to do that? First of all, you are going to be able to create command templates. For sure, in Cervello STEM, you are going to be able to execute remotely commands, okay? And you will be able to create command templates. That is a step forward because you are going to be able to create your own script of commands that are going to be executed one after the other to perform a task remotely on your device. For example, if you want to change a configuration of a device on field, if you want to automate some output change in state, if you want to change the behavior of your device remotely, you will be able to handle this with the command plates, or for sure if you want to make an OTA update. And another important thing inside the automation part is the rule engine. With the rule engine, with a really simple steps, you are going to be able to create through our rule engine, you are going to be able to create and adapt the behavior and to create the business logic itself of your application. You will be able to choose a trigger, a situation that would trigger this rule, and for sure you are going to be able to choose an action that will trigger the situation. You will be able to check. You will see on real life demo. You will be able to check if a device is connected or disconnected, if a value of a telemetry that I am receiving are greater than or lower than a value, and what is going to happen if this situation arrives. I want to create an alarm. I want to send an email, or I want to send an SMS to a group of users. All these behaviors could be handled with our rule engine, without, as you can see here, without any code, without writing any code, just by configuring and go step by step in our wizard, rule engine wizard. And finally, the last step is to create your own and your customized dashboard, the visualization part. With the same way that we are presenting in previously features, we want to offer our users a really friendly user interface and a really easy way to create your own visualization part. In this case, in the visualization, in the customized dashboard feature, you are going to see that we offer a really huge dashboard widget library with different types of visualization, with line charts, with maps, with different types of tables and so on. And you, by dragging and drop these components and configure the behavior of each one, you will be able to compound your own dashboard to achieve the correct visualization of the data that you are collecting. So in Cervello STEM, as I told you before, you are going to be able to connect any type of device. Thanks to our protocol interpreter module, we accept really different types of connection to our platform. As you can see on this slide, you could be able to connect in a one single platform, in a one single application itself, so many different type of devices with different types of protocols, starting from the most common one in the industrial IoT market, like ones that you see here, that MQTT, HTTP, CoAP, OPC UA, BACnet IP, or Modbus IP. All of them are available out of the box without any integration needed from the device part. Also, an important thing in Cervello STEM, and I told you, and I repeat this word many times, if it's the remote word. We want to offer a remote control to all your field devices to be able to empower you to enhance your operations, to be more efficient in your operations, or to create a new added value on your application or in your business. And also, for sure, this when remote behavior is an important thing for us here, and that's why all the Cervello STEM browser are totally responsive, and you are going to be able to enter through a browser inside a mobile or inside a tablet. And for sure, in following months, we are going to launch our own native application in Android and iOS market. All of them are related to remote control, remote monitoring, and automation everywhere. So with these main features that we have told before, you are going to be able to create your own IoT application in a really fast way. But we go one step forward even, because we are offer in our business features, we offer multi-tenancy. I will explain you a little bit, just a little bit to explain you what is multi-tenancy to those people that are not familiar with these words. With the multi-tenancy feature, we allow you to administrate different projects, different organizations, totally independent one of the other, in one single deployment with different access levels, with different users and different operators in each one. This will allow you to go to your own differentiate and totally separately application, organization, and projects from one customer to the other. All of them could be handled in one single point, in one single dashboard, in one single deployment, in one single framework. So at this moment, this is our brief introduction of the product that we would like to explain to you. The main idea of this presentation is just to give you a whole overview. Because of the time, we have limited time here. We want to show you an overview and a context of our product family and of our product Cervello STEM itself. For sure, if after this webinar you're interested or you want further information, Matrix people and IoT Blue people, we will remain at your full disposal. Okay, so at this moment, I don't know if you got any question. I see on the chat that for the moment we don't got any question. So at this point, I would like to start the real live demo in the platform. I would like to start by showing you the main scenario to let you know what we are going to work here. Let me share it with you. As you can see here, we are going to use in this webinar real live demo, we're going to use the MTX Titan 2 device and an MTX Tunnel GPS device that are from MTX from Matrix company. We all want to show here that how close is the integration that we are now offering between the Matrix devices and our platform, starting from the provisioning process and ending on the visualization part. As you can see here, we got two different devices. The MTX Titan 2, that is a router that probably you will see and you know previously, and this router has connected one serial temperature sensor. It's a really simple scenario just to show you in a really fast and clear way the way of working with Cervello STEM and of the way of connecting this type of devices, MTX devices, to the platform. In the other side, we got an MTX tunnel, another type of MTX devices with the MTX tunnel firmware. Okay, in this case, we are not connecting anything to the platform to the device itself, but we are going to see the GPS position that this device could provide us. Okay, so let's go with the real life demo. After the onboarding process that you have seen on the presentation, you are going to arrive to the land page of Cervello STEM. I'm going to share it right now with you, all of you. From here, you will be able to handle the whole your whole account with all the projects that you are involved in and all the teams that you belong to. In this case, we are going to enter to MTX webinar project where we are going to make all the presentation. Here, as you can see, we got previously devices connected. These devices that you can see here, the MTX Titan with the Modbus peripheral and a temperature demo peripheral also, they are a device that are located in the home of one of our colleagues of IoT support of MTX team. But now, from this point, I would like to start the process from scratch to add a new device and show you how easily it's going to be. First of all, I have to set up and create a new device. And in this right side, you will see a new device button. We offer two different types of ways to add and set up devices. The first one is create a single device. You, by filling this form, you will be able to create your own device manually. You could have a name. You could create a group. This is also an important thing because by grouping your devices, you're going to be able to execute a command or to collect data from not only one single device, but we could collect data and execute tasks over a group of devices. The next step is to choose the device type. In Cervello, as you can see here, we got three main device types. The gateway, that is the main one, standalone and peripheral. I want to stop here a little bit to clarify what are these three types of devices. The gateway, it's an element for us. It's a device that got its own connectivity, but that it's going to handle the connection with the peripherals. Okay, in this case, the case of the scenario that we are handling here, we are going to set up the MTX Titan 2 as a gateway because we are going to connect to it a peripheral that is the temperature serial sensor. In the other case, in the MTX tunnel, we are going to set up as a standalone because, as you can see here, the third type of device is a standalone. It's a device that got their own reading and sensor capabilities, but also includes connectivity. So we got gateway, connectivity device that could handle connection with peripherals, with sensors, with remote sensors. A standalone, the sensors capability systems with their own connectivity, and peripherals that are all the sensors, Modbus slaves, or everything that is going to be connected to a gateway. Then we could continue by choosing the manufacturer. In this case, we are going to show the connection with matrix devices, MTX devices. We assign a unique identifier. In this case of MTX devices could be the AMI of the device or the MAC address in different cases. And we could add a description to explain what is the behavior of this device. And after fill this form, we are going to be able to choose the connectivity of the device. Okay, we could choose if it's an HTTP, if it's an MQTT device, a co-op, or even other protocols as we can see on the presentation. And for the end, on this form, we're going to be able to choose the connectivity media. It is a Wi-Fi device. It's connecting internet through Wi-Fi. It's an Ethernet one, a cellular one by 3G, 4G, or it's another one. This is the first way, as I told you before, to add manually and single device. But here we are going to see another one that are related for big to enhance your operations in big deployments, that you are going to be able to add devices by uploading a file, a CSV file. Here, in this case, we are just going to be able to choose the manufacturer, in this case, the MTX devices, And by choosing here, I'm going to be able to upload a CSV file that I have here prepared. I'm going to be to open, and here you will be able to validate if the data that you are uploading with the CSV file is correct or not. And even more, you will be able to edit the device's information itself if you want to change it. In this case, for example, this MTX, as you can see before, has previously been provisioning, so I'm going to be able to delete it. In this case, as you see before on the diagram of the scenario, we're going to provision both gateways, only the gateways, because in Cervello, and important things in the integration with MTX devices, we are going to provision automatically the devices, but even more, we are going to provision automatically all the peripherals that are connected to the device. As I told you before, in this scenario diagram, we are provisioning only the devices, the gateway devices or the standalone devices. But you are going to see in real life how this peripheral is going to be automatically provisioned on our platform. So continue with the presentation. Here we got the complete CSV file with the desired information that we want to add in our platform. So at this point, we want to confirm. After confirming, we are going to be able to import. And as you can see here, we got both devices unprovisioned yet. So at this point, we have set up our devices in the platform, so we could go to the device itself. In the case of the MTX Titan, we got the web server that you probably previously know. I'm not going to enter so deeply in the MTX Router Titan explanation because my colleagues from Matis has done really interesting webinars about this. The only thing that I want to show you here is that I only have to configure in the external devices section the temperature sensor. I have to enable it, choose the serial port which is connected, the interval, how often do you want to read the temperature and send to the platform, and enable the logger feature to be saved on the device. And in the other side, in the new firmware of MTX Titan devices, you will find this new section, device manager part, with the Cervello menu. Here, you will be able to see from one side the status connectivity of the device to the platform and the unique identifier in this case of the device. And an important thing here is like only by pushing this button of view in Cervello, as I'm doing now, Cervello and MTX Titan start an exchange credentials communication in a really easy way, but also important thing in a really secure way. Because during this attachment protocol, we are exchanging credentials, but all the firmwares, all the devices that are that comes with this feature have one manufacturer certificate created by Cervello platform, by Cervello stem, to be able of the security of to be sure that the device belongs to a matrix firmware, authorized firmware. As you can see here on the connectivity status, the device is already connected. So I'm going to see here on the devices list. You will see here now that the MTX Titan Direct to Net it's already connected. So if we enter here, now we are going to be able to start seeing its information. At this point, I'm going to explain you. As you can see here, we got attributes and telemetry. Without the main difference between attributes and telemetry in our platform, the attributes are more often and almost in all cases related with the status and the metadata related with the devices. As you can see here, in the case of the MTX Titan, you got the version of the firmware version. As you can see here, the part number, the model of the device. In this case, is the signal level. In this case, we got 0 value here because it's connected through Ethernet. So cellular is not working now for this demo. The unique identifier, the MAC address in this case, and the type of frame that it's a DNS frame. But as I told you before, you could see here also that has been automatically provisioned the peripheral itself connected to it. In this case, we got a temperature sensor that are connected to this device. In the other way, in the other side, I want to show you, as you can see here, with two simple steps, you got a device connected to the platform, and you you are able to check all the information that coming from the device itself, from the gateway, but also in an automatic way, all the information that comes from the peripherals that you are connecting to these gateways. In the other part, as I show you on the diagram scenario, we got the MTX tunnel device, MTX IoT GPS device with MTX tunnel firmware itself. In the case of MTX tunnel devices with firmware, it doesn't have a web server. Everything are handled with a config file. But in this case, for with the new firmware version of the MTX tunnel devices, you only will have to put the SIM card on your device, plug it, and after that, after plugging your device, you're going to be able, as I'm going to show you here, to send an SMS to the device to ask them for join Cervello. So in this case, just with by sending this SMS to the device, you are going to see how it's starting the auto provisioning process. I'm sending the SMS now. It is sending now. As you can see here, the device has answered us how is that everything is going okay. So after a minute, almost a minute, the device will be connected automatically with Cervello. Actually now in these empty external devices, it's taking place also this exchange, secure exchange credential process between the platform and the device. So in the meantime, while the empty external device is connecting, I will also to show you here in the device of my colleague, of my MTX colleague, we got the gateway itself. In this case, we got for sure also the attributes that I told you before are metadata related with the device. In this case, as you can see here, because it's a cellular WAN, we got the cell ID identification, the cellular technology that are used in all these devices, the number of the SIM card, the AMC number of the SIM card that are connected to the device, also for sure the firmware version, the module, the model of the device. In this case, as you can see here, as the device is using a cellular connection, you got the signal level, the IP, actual IP that you got on your device, and for sure the identifier, the IMA. But in this case, the device has also, the router itself has GPS capabilities. So if you go to telemetry, we are going to see all the data in real time that we are receiving from the device. In this case, the GPS. As I told you before, we got attributes that are related for metadata and status of the device, but we got also telemetry. The main difference between both types of data are that in Cervello STEM, in the case of attributes, we only save the last value because in this situation of status, connectivity, and so on, the only important thing is the last status to be sure that everything is working fine. But in the case of telemetry, we save the whole historic to see the evolution, to analyze it, and to make rules be related with this type of information. So if everything's went correctly, as you can see here, also the empty external device are already connected. And for sure, if I enter here, I could see from one side their attributes again, with all the information related with the connectivity status of the device. And in the other hand, for sure, we are going to be able, in this case, as I told you on the diagram, this device has got GPS capabilities. So we are going to be able to see here the device when the location are granted by the device. Because the device is rebooted, we are not still receiving here data. But anyway, the more important thing here that you have seen here is the easy 2 steps of provision a really large number of devices if you want through a CSV file, and a close integration between MTX devices and Cervello STEM, because we offer an auto provisioning process, but not only on the gateway part, also in all the peripherals that are going to be connected to the platform, to the gateway, sorry. For this point, we got the first life cycle of the device cover, the provisioning part, and we are also still saving data. So the next step is as you see on the presentation, is to automate the behavior of our platform, of our application. So if we go to the automation part, to the rule engine, here we're going to create a rule engine, a rule in a really fast way. For example, first of all, I have to choose a trigger. The trigger could be if a specific alarm that on a device change of its status. The trigger could be related with telemetry that comes from a device, or could be related with the connectivity of one of the devices. I'm going to make just two simple examples of rules. The first one are related with the connectivity. I'm going to make a trigger when a new device when a device is connected. I could choose one or more than one device. In this case, I'm going to choose that this rule will trigger when the MTX tunnel GPS will be connected again. If this connection happens, when the device is going to be connected again, this will trigger the alarm. And also, after the trigger, we are going to choose the action that we want to trigger in this situation. I want to send an SMS. Okay, I'm going to, in this case, I only have to write it here, the phone number of the mobile phone where I want to receive the SMS. I'm going to take it from here. So I could write it here, and I will receive an SMS here and the message test that I want to receive. In this case, could put Cervello stem notification. Your device has been connected. After configuring here, I don't want only to receive an SMS. I want also to create an alarm in the system. First of all, as I told you before, the alarm has different severity levels. So in this case, I want to choose what is the severity level of this specific situation. In this case, if a minor one, I want to choose the target. In this case, I want to apply the alarm on the same device that we are working on. In this case, the MTX tunnel one. And I want to put a title, device connected, and an alarm type. In this case, is alarm type related with device connectivity. Okay, so after configure, I'm going to put on a statement here, MTX tunnel device connectivity monitor. I could save it here. Okay. From here, you will be able to handle all of your rules. As you can see here, you got a brief summarize of your statement of your rule. If a device is connected, we are going to send an SMS and we are going to create an alarm. And this this rule is applying on one device. From here, you will be able also, if you want to, in a specific moment, you could disable it, and this rule will not take effect anymore until we enable it again. I'm going to enable it here. Also, I'm going to create another rule, a rule statement here. I'm going to choose a trigger. In this case, are related with a telemetry. I'm going to choose the telemetry that comes from a peripheral connected to a device. So in this case, I'm going to add here the specific key. Sorry, the specific key of the peripheral that I want to check, and then I could choose different ways of comparison of validation here. And I'm going to put here is if the sensor, if the temperature sensor sends us a value over 15 degrees, we're going to trigger something. In this case, I'm going to choose an action. First of all, I want to receive an email to my account. The subject, again, I could put here Cervello notification, high temperature. The temperature on the room is high. I could save it here, and also in the same way that in the other rule, I could create an alarm from this situation. In this case, I'm going to create a major one. I'm going to apply this also to the target. In this case, I could apply to the peripheral itself, and I'm going to put a title again here, high temperature, and here is temperature alarm type. Here I could put again the statement, high temperature monitoring rule. So after that, I could save it, and we are running now these two rules. So now, in the next minutes, when we receive a new data from the temperature sensor, we are going to see how we are going to receive an email and how we are going to receive an alarm on the system. But also, using this rule of the connection, I want to show you another part of the automation related with the commands. When you go to a device, for example, in the MTX tunnel GPS one, you got here in this part of the device profile, you will see the command tab. Here, you could set up your own and your totally customizable commands. In this case, I'm going to reboot the device remotely. And what I have to put it here, exactly the same syntax that you are reading from your manufacturer manual guide to perform this task. In the case of MTX tunnel firmware, we are going to use this firmware, this command to reboot our device. By saving this, you're going to see here your command itself. So we are going to execute it, and you are going to be able to execute this command or a command template, as I told you before in the presentation, more than one command in a row to one single device, as I'm showing you here for the real-life demo, or also through a group of devices. For example, if I want to change the configuration of all the devices that belongs to a specific group, okay, just once in one single execution. In this case, I'm going to execute this. Okay, so actually the device is going to be rebooted in the following minutes. Okay, to see how it's working on the command template execution. So continue with the real life demo. We are handling here to receive different type of information, and you will be able to see in all of the devices, even on the device, on the peripherals, or even on the gateway itself, the same tabs here. That in this case the telemetry sensor that are sending us the temperature sensor, as I told you before. So for this moment, the device should be rebooting in this moment. So the rules could trigger in a few minutes or in a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to check. I'm going to show you the first part of the last part of the demo, of the real life demo, that are the visualization part. In this part, we are going, in the monitoring part, that where we are going to handle all the alarms that are on our system. As you can see here, we got the alarm that has just triggered of the device connection, and also the higher temperature alarm that comes from the devices itself. Here we got the real real temperature alarm that comes from the peripheral itself, and also the device connection that comes from the device itself. As I configure on my rule engine, from one side, I have received here the SMS with a notification that my device has been connected, related with the first rule that we have configured here. Okay, the device connection monitoring, and also the rule related with the high temperature. We are able to see, as you can see here, the alarm related with it. Okay, with the high temperature one. Okay, but also as I configure on my rule engine, I have received on my email account the email with the subject that I have configured and with the text that I have configured. Okay, so with this way, we could. It is just a simple scenario, but the main idea is to let you know the capabilities of this rule monitor, this rule engine, sorry, to be able to handle all of this autonomous behavior of your application. Inside the monitoring part of the alarms, you are going to be able to change from one state to the other. I could verify if this is a real alarm. I'm going to put that this is a demo alarm. So the status of the alarm is going to change to active. Then I could go to acknowledge it. Temperature, AC key. And when the situation becomes normal again, I could go to the alarm table and clear it. Temperature is okay again. So from here, we are going to be able to handle also the whole life cycle of our alarm. And as you can see here, you got it clear. We offer different types of filters, as you can see here, to handle all of your alarm logs and your alarms behavior. You could filter by all alarms for different status, for the history, or different types of monitoring. And because of the time, because we are running out of time now, I would like to pass to the last step. That to summarize, we are connecting in a fast way our device. We have been able to check in our inventory management the status, the real status of our devices. As you can see here, we got how many times it's connected, what are the peripherals that we got connected, and what are the different access level of our devices. Then we have configured the business logic of our application through our rule engine in a really easy way by filling our wizard, our rule engine wizard. And in the end, we want to show all the data that we are receiving in a dashboard. We could go to the visualization part. In this case, I have previously created some dashboard. I want to show you this one. In this case, we are going to show the data that it's a really simple dashboard just for the real life demo. And here we are going to be able to choose and add different types of widgets, as I told you before. But also, not only here, we are going to see here we are seeing real-time data that comes from the temperature sensor. Here we are seeing also real-time data that comes from an humidity sensor that I have my colleague at his home on the remote device. At real-time timetable with the telemetry that is coming from the devices, and as you can see here, at alarm table of another devices. Also, you could configure as as I told you, add more widgets with different types of widgets, but also you could configure the location of your widgets, the site of your widgets, and to adapt it to the needs of your clients, and to show the information in the way that you desire. Okay, so by dragging and drop this component, you will be able to choose and to create your own dashboard application. Okay, the visualization part of your application, and by saving here, you will have the new layout of your visualization. So I hope this webinar becomes useful for you. The main idea, I hope that we achieve our main idea of in a really overview way. We want to show all the capabilities, the flexibility of our platform, the different ways of integration with different types of devices, the different parts of Cervello STEM, monitoring part, inventory part, sorry, for handle the life cycle of our devices, the real close integration with MTX devices, as you can see here. It's a really fast way and a really easy way that you facilitate really in a really good way the provisioning process of your devices, the configuration process of your devices, and also for sure how we provision automatically our peripherals connected to all of our sister company devices. Then how we are going to be able to design the behavior of our application by creating rules, by trigger actions related with telemetries, related with alarm status, related with connectivity status of our devices. And at the end, in the third part, how we are going to be able to show all this information across our different widgets and across our drag and drop framework to adapt the visualization part to the requirements of our customers. So at this point, I would like to thanks for your attendance, and we are open if you have any question, any doubt, or any comment at this point. I'm at your full disposal. You could use the chat.
Okay, Luis, thank you very much for that, for such an interesting presentation, and thank you everybody for attending this. As Luis said, please feel free to ask us any questions so far. Feel free to use your microphone, to enable your microphones in case you have no option to chat. Is there any doubt that we can solve? Okay, no more questions.
Okay, even though if you want to have a more personal presentation, a more personal demo, further information, all the sales team of Matrix company are an IoT company are at your full disposal for future meetings.
Okay, and I would like also to add that I would like to remind you that all of you will receive by email the contents of this presentation within the next days. And if there is any other question or any doubt or any necessity or any requirement for more information, please feel free to contact us. And again, thank you everybody.
I see that we are receiving now a couple of questions.
Okay.
First one are related to and ask if we could share a release project to understand how it looks. In this case, the projects are property of our customers. So the dashboard and the project that we are showing here is just a demo one. But in the case that you are interested in see a real demo, or sorry, a real project or further information, we could show you in future presentation or in future meetings. Here, the main goal of this webinar is just to show you the capabilities and the behavior of our platform. In a real project, you will be able to see exactly the same, but you could be able to customize the admin roles and the access to the platform. So you will be able to configure what parts, what modules, and which wizards or which dashboards your customers are going to be able to access.
Anyway, case by case, we will be able to show you some real projects. Please feel free to contact us for that.
Another question that comes from DKV regarding the email notification and SMS notifications. Can you include the real-time value of the sensor? Yes, for sure. In the rule engine that I have shown you, inside the subject or inside the body of the email, if you write add the device name dot the key, you will be able to add this value to the template of your notification in the case of SMS or in the case of email. For sure, it is possible to be done. Thanks to you for your question and for your attendance. Okay. Any further question or doubt? Okay, I think, Sergi, that we don't have any further question. I would like to thank all the attendants to this webinar. I hope that that becomes useful for all of you. As Sergi told you before, from this point, we are at your full disposal for any further and deeply presentation, for any doubt or any comment that you want to know about our product. And also, just for finish, I want to thank Matrix this opportunity to present our product inside this such interesting serial of webinars that you are doing during these days. Many thanks. And for sure, thanks for their attendance.
Thanks to you, Luis, and thank you everybody for attending.
Many thanks to everybody, and see you soon.